side thing, going to pop back to Ramsey Center and pop into the Marines, and we'll have a look over here.
Welcome to Space Station Wake Island, Marine. So you've survived basic training at Camp Lejeune. Better still, you've managed to learn a thing or two about standard weapons. But now it's time for the real deal. Your tour of duty will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. The Corps demands a lot of you grunts, but the Corps is generous. You get to choose your own postings. Head up to the shuttle bays in the center of the Wake Island, and you'll be briefed on what's ahead. When you find the right posting, head into that bay to accept the assignment. Good luck, Marine.
And may God have mercy upon us all. And, of course, no, we can't go in. It's painted on. In actuality, they're trapped in there. They just don't know it yet. And there is no rescue coming. Oh yes, I remember doing this. It's got to try Marines before, and my God, did it not work out.
If you're partial to spending time with a lot of high explosives, this posting is for you. There's a lot of heavy lifting, but Ordnance also gets the first pick of booze and other goodies coming aboard the supply ship Gallo. Lock and load.
Okay, gonna be honest. It says you get a strength of 2, but they also talk about you getting extra stuff. Well, like the stat gains is 2, but they talk about extra stuff. I don't think you see any such extra stuff to it. Well, you know, if you did get an extra booze or anything else, you probably left it on the Gallo. Sadly, it doesn't affect the main game beyond that +2 strength bonus. Just I know in some, maybe it was just Legend of Grimdeep or whatever it's called. Not Legend of Grimdeep. I'm thinking Legend Grimrock. It's another game. Depending on your starting class, like you can use Communist. So you start off with a hammer and sickle. Yeah, it's not like that.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. Plus, you gotta spend the year with a bunch of Navy skanks.
The strength determines how much damage you do with physical weapons, with melee weapons, and it also determines how big your inventory slot is. There is a way to boost it up without worrying about that through the use of a certain mod, but that runs on power. I think there's a way to, via skills, make it last longer or something, but there's some way to not have to keep running back to recharge stations. I vaguely remember batteries that you could bring with you, but
Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity, so the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren getting some zero-G training. A year aboard the training station Guadalcanal should suffice.
So, strength does that. Endurance is like your health. It might also give some resistance and stuff, I don't remember. And that's agility, which determines how fast you move. I'll probably want to grab a few points of agility at some stage, but I'm not going to jump into that. And as you were saying, there's 4 years of thing here. One side point, you don't get 4 choices of this. Your 4th year is on the Rickenbacker. So you get 3 of these, basically. 3 choices. You can make 3 choices in 3 times. No, I think I misphrased that. Regardless, you can basically get this thing 3 times. What you see in front of you 3 times. You choose one, you move on, choose another, move on, choose another. You're fucked, basically. Let's have a quick look over at this Psi Corps, and then we'll continue on with what we're meant to be doing. As you may gather, I'm taking my time with this, just because that's how I feel like recording this set. Don't worry, there'll be extra episodes. There'll be more than just this episode going up. Then again, I think I might already be into the well, I can't use that to judge now, can I might already be in the second episode, but yeah, there'll be more than one episode here. I might toss up 3 for the first day, just because I'm feeling generous. Also helps with backlog. Come on.
The O.S.A. welcomes you to Orbital Station Chunlo. Ready yourself to feel the limitations of your mind slipping away. We will guide your path over the next 4 years. The shuttle bays at the center of the station will ferry you to your next stage of growth. When you've chosen, head into the appropriate shuttle bay. Get ready to learn things you've never imagined.
Okay, sounds kind of fucked, honestly. What? You know, your mind limitations slipping away. It's just like, I kind of like my mind limitations. They stopped my mind from bubbling out through my ears. Okay, let's read this. TOS, the original series? Are we gonna meet Kirk? Going where Kirk has gone before. Oh yeah. Sensory deprivation tank. Sensory deprivation tank. Sensory deprivation tank on 3 different ships. Alright.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Shaoling await you. There you will spend a solitary year focused in a meditation on motion and sound, and how they may serve your will.
For a year. I think being in deprivation tank for a year will drive a person mad. Gonna be honest with you. Humans are social animals, and you know, sensory deprivation tanks kind of fuck with us more than just isolation would, I would imagine. So we get cryokinesis and psychogenic cyber affinity, and tier 2 psi disciplines.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on the nature of matter will grant you power over it.
A kinetic redirection.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Chulun are modulated for your training. You shall spend a year in contemplation of mass, both yours and that of objects, until you can bend them to your intentions.
And that's psycho-reflective screen. Yeah, I don't really know much about their things, basically. Their, perhaps that was a quick load. About their thingy-majiggies. About psionic stuff. They do look really interesting, like telekinesis. You can just pull things from a distance, and that can be quite useful, rather than you have to try and climb your way up to them. And if they, I'm not sure, they might actually be mandatory in some cases to get some little bits of gubbins. Or maybe not mandatory, but certainly the easier of the two, easier the options. But I'm going with this because I know this works for me. Then again, psionics might be fun to fuck with.
But you'll learn your way around the high-tech equipment.
Well, I don't know. I kind of want to go with this. I don't have to go with more than I can do more than one playthrough. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm thinking I might actually do that. Do this one and come back later and do another one. There's nothing stopping me, and hopefully you'll be interested in seeing how it rocks out with the different skills. And like I said, I'll be interested in doing the reboot thing, and and after that I might do another playthrough of this then, even if it's my 3rd or 4th one. Well, I won't probably do 4 of these, but 3rd one even. So yeah. February 13th, 2112. Your tour duty aboard the UNN Lucille has concluded. You spent a productive year. Captain Mayer was pleased with your work, especially with your willingness to get your hands dirty. You showed a special aptitude for fixing what got broken and lugging out what couldn't be fixed. You gained 1 repair and 1 strength. So now we're on the Carfax, the Pierce, or the Laverne Tactical Training School. Let's see what this is.
The UNN Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser.
I'm not sure what cyber affinity does, but it presumably helps you with getting the cybernetics. There is a few in this game. It's not quite like Adam Jensen's, blade arms and whatnot. Actually, speaking of that, I should get back to Deus Ex. I need to go record Invisible War and Mankind Divided. As it's still in 2017, I'm not sure if they're actually done with Mankind Divided and its DLC expansions. Just giving it a time, giving it some breathing room to make sure. Then I'll move in on it, and we'll see, and we'll get it done. Just one issue with the way I'm currently doing it is I've done Deus Ex back in Human Revolution back in 2018 for ye. It's already done, long since done for me, but like early 2017. Yeah, I don't remember when. Maybe actually no, it would be before that, like 2016. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Oh, it does, but fuck it. I did Human Revolution then, but it's gonna be like 2019, 2020 before I get to its expansion. Bit late. Backlog. Part of me wish kind of wants to change the scheduling of stuff now, but I would have to take everything down, all FPS things, like download them, re-upload them, and hope it all goes well, and they don't take a hit in quality or anything, like video quality, and that'll take so goddamn long, and it's so tedious because there's no mass uploading. Yeah.
The UN and Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn. The Pierce has been assigned a detachment of Marines and needs sailors to load, administer, and maintain the arms on board the ship.
Sorry, just had to take a quick drink. Also, political prisoners. That's typically a word only used in dictatorships. Well, like in fictional settings. It's only like used when someone's being a dictatorial cunt.
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
This gives you bonus 2 to standard weapons, which I think I'll be using quite a lot. And I think with having a plus 2 to standard weapons will mean that they will be doing more damage with each shot, basically. If I remember so. Your tour of duty at Laverne Tactical Training School has concluded. A year of firing ranges, mock boarding parties, and war games has done you good. You spent plenty of time with military-grade pistols, assault rifles, and even auto shotguns. You gained plus 2 standard weapons. Marie Curie Research Facility. Cool. Let's hope we don't get cancer.
The Curie Research Facility on Aquinas 4 is currently conducting research on a new strain of spaceborne virus that killed 220,000 citizens of New Atlanta. To lift the quarantine, we must determine how the virus pierced the city's micronanite shielding.
Research. You can research various thingies in the game. When you kill an enemy, you'll find a body part that you can research, and by researching it, you'll be able to either. Well, depending on what you're researching, you can either use it as a weapon, use it as armor, or when you're fighting the enemy, in one case, use it as healing item. You can also, if you're researching an enemy body part and it isn't anything I just listed, you will actually be able to use it as you won't be able to use it for anything, but when you encounter that enemy again, you'll do bonus damage to them. So, yeah. Research is nice, but I'm not a little apprehensive of grabbing it now. I'm thinking something else might be more useful.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
Doesn't really sound great that you're killing off your own recruits. I get that if they weren't ready for it, or were able for it. I get you don't want them in the army, but at the same time, I doubt the best place for them is the grave.
The Navy strongly encourages every sailor to undertake some amount of zero-G training. A year at the Yamamoto space station in Earth's orbit will more than suffice.
You know what, this will do. Actually, I'm gonna be grabbing extra agility anyway. Old cutscenes. That sound effect does really make me think of Ratchet and Clank. I'll need to. I can't wait to record them, but I will need to grab equipment that I need to go buy equipment that I don't currently have, and it'll cost me a bit. So no. Well, when I say no, I mean no, not yet. I will get it at some stage, but I'm a bit too broke to be getting it. And it's not like I'm only spending a tenner. I would have to go buy. Oh, I'd have to go. I remember working out before. It was including a console. It was like €500, not including shipping. Actually, I think one thing did include shipping, but that was like the recorder thing. Another thing didn't, but I can't remember exactly. But it was 500 something euro regardless. Bit outside my price range at the moment. I will get it at some stage, but today is not that day. Oh, and the side point, I probably have it by the time this comes out. Let's be honest here, I probably have it, and Ratchet and Clank will be coming out eventually. But as of yet, no. Sorry. As of time of recording, no, sorry. Your tour of duty at Yamato Station has concluded, so anyone prepared for the events of this year. Captain Wiltis was never popular with his men, but he never expected half the crew to mutiny. The taunt today... How do you pronounce that? Taunt? Tout? What about the Tau Empire? The Tau days spent regaining control of the ship with the captain lent you a grace and agility you never knew you were capable of. Data source 433/EOP. Well, I'll go fuck myself. I'll read it yourself. It's important. Well, it's relevant. Basically, it's us being approved to join the Rickenbacker. And it's mentioning, and some of the captains of these ships were mentioned there. They'll be relevant. Five months later, UNN Von Braun near Tau Ceti 5, 67 trillion miles from Earth. This was originally not going to be a System Shock game, but someone wanted a sequel and they turned it into one. Who have Rasha free? Jasmine's Tiger. I think I said the name wrong.
Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
Interesting. Now, like I said, I already know everything's going to happen, and I'm sure that goes for most people watching this.
Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
Yeah, basically, should